Action.
Action.
Actually, let's not cut that out. That was great.
Yo, and welcome to the pod, everybody out there in all of the universes.
Full crack that time.
Hey, welcome to Unsought
Welcome,
Opinions
welcome.
with the boys.
We did it. We
who
made
do we
it.
got, man?
That's why
Who do we
never
got?
make it big.
We got the crew.
And special guest.
And
Special guest Luke.
Special guest Luke, but he's becoming more of a regular, so we might bring him on the pod.
Founding member.
This is actually his last week because he's supposed to be healed on Thursday, so we won't see him again.
True.
It's
We only get injured, Luke.
It's true.
Do you actually do you work on Tuesday nights?
I mean, my schedule will fluctuate. So yeah,
That means
That's the only night of the week he's gonna work.
pretty much.
like, just book me for the Tuesdays.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
requested every Tuesday to work.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well, we got a fire pod going, so Dan doesn't freak out about being cold again.
I brought a sweatshirt, and it's actually warm, so just wait till winter.
The sweatshirt is warm, or the fire?
Well, they're both warm. It'd be too warm. I got my drug rug.
Oh,
My,
yeah, dude.
my fire jacket.
nice.
I know, dude. I wore pants tonight because I thought we were gonna be outside, and it
We
was gonna
are.
be cold. And now the pants are like, as you said, double warm.
Dude, this kind of weather, the key is shorts and a sweatshirt.
That's good. That's good.
That's I almost put on pants before I came here, long pants, and then I was like, you know what? This is
Short pants.
this is the time.
Can you tell
Oh,
me
short
what,
pants over here.
What are long pants?
I mean, like I was like, you know, like put on pants, like as in, like I would class, you know, like shorts. Can
No.
be
I need to know what a short.
It makes it sound like I was naked. I guess.
I don't think it does.
Okay, well then I'm wrong.
You put on pants.
I put on pants.
Long pants, dude.
Way past his
Also,
feet.
I've heard, I've
The
heard,
longest pants.
dude, I've heard long pants forever though. So
From
I'm,
who?
I'm with it.
No, I've heard it too. Everybody.
Dude,
Steve, Luke, once again, dude, trailer park.
We only had the shortcut.
Yeah. Huddle around the trash can fire.
Dude, look at that guy. He's got long shorts.
Throwing our used motor oil in.
it's so embarrassing for him. His shorts are so long; they're all down to his feet. Just the basketball shorts that dangle to your shins. Or whatever. Yeah, we had a good childhood.
That guy's jean shorts go all the way down.
Those are Jinko.
dude. Yeah.
Luke, do you know what Jinko jeans are?
No.
I used to have those.
Is that the dad ones?
No, dude, they were
The dad jeans, dude. I've never heard of
No,
dad
no, no.
jeans.
Like the dad
like
jean
each pant
shorts.
leg you could fit 2 legs in.
Oh, yeah.
A little before my time.
Goth
Just a
pants.
little bit.
What?
A
Goth
little bit
pants.
like goth pants.
Kind of like goth pants, but they were jeans.
Yeah. They always had the big old loops on them too.
They like if you're a carpenter, you could fit the biggest hammer.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's like a full sledgehammer.
Oh yeah.
Oh, of course.
It's questionable.
This is gonna be
That's where I
another
hook
laughing
That's
pot.
where I
I
hook
feel.
my chain
Yeah.
sometimes.
Well. Yep, it's gonna be pretty laughy.
That's what I mean.
I
Hey.
figured.
How was your week, Dan?
We
I
we
can't reach the
threw-
button.
We threw a
Which one is it?
all right.
No, yeah, two. Nope.
Yeah.
That's 4. How's your week, Dan?
We threw a 40th anniversary party for my parents, which you guys were all invited to. No one showed up. By the
wait,
way.
are
Never got
you
the invite.
kidding me?
Never got the invite.
Nobody even texted me about it.
Never got the invite.
Trust me, you were invited. I
Oh.
can show you the list afterwards.
I was invited.
Are you
but
serious,
I
dude?
didn't.
I would have totally gone to that.
So would I. Morgan and I were like, "Wow, thanks for the invite." As soon as we saw it posted on social media.
Wait, who was it for?
My parents' 40th
Luke,
anniversary.
you gotta fix
it
your
was-
chair, dude.
It was 80s theme.
Oh, I totally wouldn't have actually probably gone to
No,
that.
everyone was dressed up and it was hilarious. And we,
Tom had a wig. He was the best.
my dad.
You were there?
No, I bailed.
So you,
You
actually
knew about
were
it.
invited. and
I was
didn't go.
invited. I actively did not
Where
go.
did the invite go? To
That's all you
emails?
should be
Probably to
offended about.
Kayla. Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say if it went to emails, no, I'm never gonna get that.
Morgan didn't get one, so I guess we weren't invited. It's cool.
It was Facebook, I think.
I'm sure Kayla did get one, but when was it?
Saturday.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We were locked up Saturday.
It was my
You
mom's
locked
birthday.
up, dude?
We
Yeah,
were
dude.
trying to come, but
Sick.
my mom's birthday thing took the whole day. So, your sister invited us, not you, and so
Oh, yeah.
I got a text.
I don't
like,
think I got invited for a long time.
To your parents.
I like that you're actively helping Who planned it? Your younger sister or your younger sister?
Both of them,
okay.
mostly.
And you were just not in it at all.
Well, it was...
Is this just how your whole life went? Like they take care of everything
No,
and you're just there?
They were planning it with Hannah, but then me and Hannah switched out like last week.
Hannah and I.
Okay. Yeah.
Fair enough.
And
Was it?
So anyway,
Was it?
It was a rager. Mike
Really?
DJ'd.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we had dancing.
they had a lot of. It was at the
Yeah, dude,
refinery, dude. There was a
probably
ton
like
of people there.
60,
What?
70 people maybe.
We were doing nothing.
Well,
You would have been doing nothing there anyway.
Yeah, you just got hobbling around. No one wanted the wheelchair there.
Dude, I would have danced my heart out with crutches.
Do you
Just
still
looking
use the
away.
scooter, or have you bailed on
I
it?
don't know. A scooter's a lifesaver at home. I just can't take it down steps and everything in my house.
You can. You just gotta have balance.
I mean, that'd be hard. Be
That's a
pretty
good
difficult.
point. They have an elevator at the venue.
It was on the bottom floor. You could have been there the whole time.
Again, I didn't get the invite.
Why
so-
didn't you show up?
didn't get the invite.
Anyways,
appreciate it.
it's fun.
man, I would have loved to have
Saw
been
some
there.
air guitar
Sounds sick.
contests and
Are you
costume
serious?
contests. My
Alright.
mom wrote a.
We got to get this away from him.
My mom
It's
wrote
true.
a
That's how I
really
feel.
long poem.
Every week.
My mom wrote a really long poem that everyone. It was so funny.
Was she being serious about it?
Well, it was basically from when she graduated college all the way until now.
But it was heartfelt.
Yeah,
Your mom's.
but it was hilarious,
She's
and
great.
it incorporated like all the guests, like specific guests.
No
into
way.
it too. So it was really funny.
Did she talk about
No
us and
way.
we weren't there and it was uncomfortable for everyone?
Yeah.
Luke got a shout out. Luke Lambden got a shout out.
Yeah, of course he did.
Of course. The
So he got a
golden
shot.
boy.
Only
Yeah.
people that showed up, I think.
Okay.
Really.
She's like, nix that line.
She's-
Nix
So,
that line."
so Luke, he was there.
Oh yeah.
He's the son she wished she
You would have
had.
known like half the people.
Dude, that's true.
Like,
What'd you say?
Luke is the son they never had.
Yeah.
Well, he was at our house all the time.
I know. That's why I said it.
I was messed up.
I guess. yeah.
Sorry.
So, Steve, how was your week?
It was good. I was looking for any excuse to bail on a party on Saturday, and I found one. We went and
Nice.
ended up going to. Have you guys been to Colonial Beach?
Yeah.
Nope.
Missouri?
Pretty
Yeah.
pretty lame.
So I was.
It's not
I
bad.
grew up going to it, and then I thought it was lame, and so I was like, never went as a parent. It's the Potomac River, and there's a beach on it, and so it's like not the actual ocean beach. So I always just kind of avoided it in my adult life. But dude, it's really dope. Like there's like little 6-inch waves that kind of wash up, but then the weather was great, and there's a little boardwalk, and it was just like a cool little place, cool little town. Shout out to Colonial Beach.
Is that a couple hours away?
It's east of Fredericksburg.
Like an hour. It's like 2 hours,
I
right?
think I looked at that.
It's like
place
an hour
again.
and 40 from here.
Camping.
Maybe an hour and 20 from here.
In which direction? What's your geological location?
106.2358 by
Look us up.
34 point. I wish I could do that. Yeah, the kids started school today, which is late for them, but my 5-year-old started kindergarten. So that was a big deal.
Is that great?
It was
To, like
great.
have people out of the house.
No, I mean, it's great that the summer's ended, but he's been going to preschool at the same school
Oh.
for his whole life. So it's not a change for me, but it's good to not have children home all the time. Can you not do
That's my
that?
question.
The podcast is great, but I hate all the wires.
Can you guys, can you guys hear my chair like squeaking?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
What do you think he was talking about?
Luke, how's your week, bro?
It was good. Broken foot still. Really, I was looking for any excuse to go to a party Saturday.
So you'll be leaving us early tonight?
Oh yeah, I'll be
You're just
leaving
bringing
you
your
guys
A
early
game.
tonight. Mhm.
Can't wait for this to end.
Yeah.
All right,
So-
Luke, how was your week? Or Blue, how's your week?
Hang on.
You're done.
I'm trying to think if I've got anything that interesting that happened.
Oh, wow. So you weren't thinking about it this whole time?
My daughter started to roll. Crazy.
Already?
Sucks for
Were
us.
you pushing her?
Dude,
or-
that's early rolling.
No, dude, she's rolling.
How old is she?
4 months.
Oh, maybe it's not early
that's not-
rolling.
Yeah, dude, she's a
little
little
slow.
behind.
Actually, it's supposed to start around 2.
But
Can she lift her head yet?
it's terrible.
Does she
oh,
also
yeah.
have a broken foot?
Yeah, dude, it's terrible for us
She
because
doesn't have a foot yet. It's all just cartilage.
It's
Oh,
weird.
It's a flipper.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, it's a flipper.
You can mold them however you want. It's great.
Did you
well-
cut in the toes yet?
Damn. Gosh.
Did you?
Web toes.
you got to make some. They get stuck like that.
Oh gosh.
Don't we know someone that has
Yeah.
can join toes?
Yeah.
Who?
Someone close to you?
Yeah, my sister does, but I'm wondering who Ben's thinking of.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna say.
Anyway,
Yeah, nothing. Just waiting to go back to work.
That's tight, dude.
so you have a doctor's appointment on Thursday?
Yeah, I'm hoping they can tell me I can walk because this is the 7th week, I think, of not being able to put any weight on my right foot.
They
Which
said 8
Crazy.
weeks or
Last week on the podcast
It's
was
miserable.
4.
maybe the last time I was on the podcast.
Last week.
That was last week, bro.
It's not fun when you joke yourself.
I broke my foot on July 21st, I think. So, however long that's been.
not 7.
like a month and a half.
6?
6 weeks? I think this coming week is the 7th. So, like, by Sunday, it'll be the 7th week. So, we're in the 7th week. Isn't that the right math?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Like, if you turn...
Completed the 7th week.
Does that ever throw you guys off? That thing
100%.
with, like, the age?
Yeah.
Where when you turn 25, you're in your 26th year. Am I right about that?
Yeah.
It-
something
Well, it's the same thing as
like
centuries.
centuries,
Like we're
yeah.
in the 21st century.
Yeah, that I know is like a rule. But like,
Okay,
people are like
but
you're
like-
entering your 30th year of life and you just turn 29, and it's like that's kind of weird.
Today is, for all intents and purposes, Monday because the pod drops
Did you
on
say all
Monday.
intensive purposes?
Yes.
Okay.
At the beginning of Monday, how many days away is Thursday?
Can you repeat it? Because I was focusing on what you'd said.
Monday morning,
3.
how many days away is Thursday?
I say 3.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3.
So you're not counting Monday?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
What time of day
I
is
wouldn't.
on Monday?
I said Monday morning.
What time?
I would say like if someone said to
8
me, I'd be
in the
like,
morning.
Besides today, I've got 3 days till Thursday or whatever like that.
Would you
But
say
you're
it
right.
like that?
Well, it'd be 3
4
days
days.
to get to the same time on Monday
Exactly.
What's a day?
or on Thursday.
Define a day.
24
Sunset
hours.
to sunset.
So if it's 24 hours, then it wouldn't be counting Monday as a day because you've already entered that 24.
Dude, I have a friend
This
who
This is riveting stuff.
always, like, regardless of how long ago something was, like it could have been 2 or 3 weeks ago, he's going to say, yeah, yesterday when I was doing that thing, I'd be
Oh,
like,
dude.
dude, I was with you. That was 3 weeks ago. He's like, well, whatever.
The other day, that's a big one.
My
No,
daughter
the other
day.
day is acceptable because, like, that
can
could
be
be
anything.
whatever, but you can't say yesterday when you're referring to something like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
My
that's
daughter
insane.
only refers to yesterday in the past, but she's 2.
Yeah, so that's
So.
a
Wait, your daughter's 2?
That sounds right to me.
My
Well,
son's 2.
almost 3.
Your daughter needs to grow up.
dang, dude, just taking shots at people's kids out here.
Well, our kids are the same age, and
you just said he was 5.
I have more than one kid, bro.
Are we talking about the 2-year-old?
The 2-year-old's 2.
He's just at the same age, so yeah.
Does he say yesterday and last month and stuff like that?
He doesn't talk.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, your
So-
kid's way behind.
So he's a really good athlete. He really is. I don't understand why that's funny.
Yeah.
He's a great athlete, not
Well-
great intelligence.
Dude, this is going on the internet and will be on the internet forever. Your son will listen to this when he can finally understand language.
Yeah, he's great.
Internet will be done by then.
Oh my gosh.
He's great. I love him. He really is talking up a storm and all kinds of stuff. His daughter's a year ahead. She's about to turn 3. My kid just turned 2. So
That's pretty gangster.
yeah, but he doesn't even know a concept of yesterday.
So your daughter's in her 3rd year, about to turn 3.
About to complete the 3rd year.
Got it. Okay.
She's experienced 2
I don't know what we're doing here.
Two
we need to think about something else.
Christmases.
Hey, what?
Ben, how was your
How
week?
many nights?
Would you rather or something?
What?
Anybody have any knock-knock jokes?
Guys, the Would You Rather segment idea is a good idea.
Let's hear it. Let's
All
see how
right.
it goes.
All right. Well, first of all, how's your week?
Good.
Okay.
Okay, now let's do the would you rather.
All right. I was driving around today and I thought about it. Would you rather wake up from a sleep and you are on a railroad bridge with a train coming?
Tied up?
You're not tied up. You're just on the bridge.
Is it one of those bridges that's like
It's a
railroad
single lane-
ties? Or
single
is it
lane
like
bridge.
solid
How
ground?
long is the bridge?
It's like from mountain peak to mountain peak.
So over 100 feet.
You're
you
not
shimmy
outrunning
through
this
the
train.
You're not
slats?
outrunning.
No, it's solid.
Okay, so pretty tough.
How high is
situation.
it?
Does that have,
It's mountain peak. So if you jump,
You're dead.
you're dead.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're
Tough
dead either
situation.
All right,
tough
so
situation.
that, or I'm not gonna say it's solid wall. There's it's slats, so you could jump out if you wanted, but it's not a good idea. Alternatively, you wake up on an air mattress, and in every direction you just see water.
Yeah, I'm taking the train.
I'm taking the train.
You taking the
Water's
train?
freaky to me, dude. You can't see what's below.
Sharks, dude.
No shot.
But there could be an island just over the horizon.
But if
You
I'm taking the
could
train,
be right.
if you're taking the train, you can just go down
You
the little
wash up
trusses.
the shore in a day.
on a mattress?
Air mattress.
Dude, I love that. Like, the mattress scenario. you're like, but there could be an island. Yeah, but there also could be mainland.
There could be pirates that pick you up.
That's true.
It's like if we're just making possibilities up.
You could see a cool fish.
There could be a boat right next to you.
There might be an island you could get deserted on over there. Yeah, I'm taking the train because I think.
Same. You can climb down the trusses, dude.
Is this? Is it like one of those things where I'd have to hop from railroad tie to railroad tie, or is it like?
Oh, I
solid
see what
gra-
you're saying.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
What,
No, it's
what are we looking like?
It's solid with railroad ties overlapping it.
Okay,
So
You
you
might
can't
trip, but
so you can run on it full speed.
you
not
can
worry
run
about
without
falling through.
freaking it out. Yeah.
But he said you're not outrunning it.
That actually makes it harder because
Yeah,
can
you
like
might
climb
trip.
down through the railroad ties and get down below.
But you can
That's what I
go.
was
You can
thinking.
go around. Like
Dude, can you imagine how scary that would be to drop below the railroad tie, holding it while a train is going over top,
Oh, yeah.
shaking you?
And
And then what do? I'm not able to pull my whole body up through a crack
dude,
like
the
that.
adrenaline, you would. You'd be able to get it done.
Maybe.
I mean, if your life depended on it,
Yeah, maybe so.
you could do it.
is there a river down in the valley below? Like if I made
It's
it to
a-
the bottom,
It's a shallow river.
and you're 2,000 feet up.
how shallow?
2,000.
Like 10 or
Like,
12
it's
foot
like mountain
plunge
peak to
pools?
mountain.
I wouldn't even say that. I would say like
6 to 8 foot plunge pools?
maybe a
I
4
can
foot
still
plunge
hold some
pool.
good trout.
So the reason what made me think of it is I was like, if you're on a railroad bridge, you know how like hobos and stuff run alongside of a train and then just throw their stuff on and jump on the train car
Yeah,
and go.
dude.
Speaking
Michael
of which,
Scott style.
We almost tried that, remember?
yes, I do remember that, and you can get in a lot of trouble for it. Sidebar: do you know why they're called hobos?
Because they're bums.
Yes, that is.
Is it a acronym?
No, it's not.
Hobo.
It's an abbreviation.
No.
They're called
Homeless.
Hoover Boys
Okay.
from the
my
Depression.
Goodness, of course they are.
Isn't that crazy? I never knew that.
Makes so much sense.
Someone told me hobo was like an offensive term, but it's just
Yeah, to Hoover.
yeah.
Yeah.
We should get these
Great
songs
guy.
on that far.
I was thinking the same thing. Secondarily, so if you can possibly run as fast as a train going 20 miles an hour along this road bridge,
Yeah.
could you like feasibly sprint and then hop up on the cattle guard and just ride the train on the
No.
front?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
It's fast, dude.
I'm saying it's going 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, but if you run 20 miles an hour and then you stop to turn, you're
what I'm
now
saying.
not going 20 miles an hour.
I know, but 20 miles an hour, like, if a car hits you at 20 miles an hour, you might die, but
Yeah, but you'd roll over.
Yeah, you
right.
flip.
So you
There's
gotta
our-
have your wits about you
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Those things are meant to push you out of the way.
Right, but if they push you out of the way, you're getting splattered.
Yeah, dude.
Mm.
Getting chopped up.
And that's the thing. Like, if you're holding on to the grates of the bars, like facing the train at this point, and your foot slips, that's gonna suck you under in a
Yeah,
second.
That's a good
yeah.
point.
You would be chop
All right,
suey.
next one.
Okay, would you rather be on this podcast or at home with your wives?
Dude, speaking of
This
that,
particular
I was gonna say-
5 minutes till my heart out. So
where
Ugh.
much rather.
did
be
you get a
at home.
text, Dano? Okay.
This is the
We-
part of the pod where we check to see if we can finish the entire pod.
Not
Is
yet.
this one even gonna get uploaded?
Oh, they all get up.
Hey guys, I got a new stove this week, and it just told me my range was on. So
You have dude,
little-
like digital?
Yeah.
nervous about that.
I just got a digital smoker.
Should you go
That's
check
cool.
that
Hey.
actually?
No,
Nice.
it's the kids. That don't.
Mm-hmm.
However, so this is a fun thing. I texted you, Ben, about hooking up propane oven
Yeah,
and
I have
stuff.
no idea.
Oh, I know.
Oh, is that why you did that?
I
Okay.
figured it out, and so I got it all hooked up and everything is fine. And I'm doing the leak test where you put soapy water on the pipes and all that stuff. and I couldn't find any leaks.
Is that why we're outside now?
And then like 2 days later, you walk into the kitchen and there's just like a hard propane smell, and I'm like, okay, we're turning that gas off. So now I got to find someone who can come check out propane.
You guys are gonna
leaks.
explode like those houses in Loudon.
The one.
Oh yeah,
that happen?
That one, yeah.
Oh, there's been like 5 of them in the last 2 years.
Was it like a meth lab or was it propane?
Propane
The big one.
In
recently.
Loudon?
from gas water heaters.
Dude, let me just ask you this: who could afford the meth that's made in Loudon?
Loudon, for those of you that don't know, at home,
Very affluent county.
it's in the top 3 richest counties in the country.
I think it is the richest county.
It is the richest, and
It goes
then
back and forth, doesn't
yeah.
Fairfax is like number 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You
I
know
would think
why?
the
Do you want to
amount
know
of-
why everybody's so rich?
Government spillover.
Well, it's all these people who are lobbyists for the
Yeah.
government.
Yep.
Yep,
There's
yep.
also just a lot of money to spill over to private sector from government contracting and stuff. There's so much money, dude.
There's so
That's
much
true.
money.
Yeah, there's tons of money.
And
in
it's the
contracting.
tech corridor, so it's like Silicon Valley of the East. They
Anyway,
say.
Steve's gonna end up like one of those guys.
Which guys?
The blown up guys.
I want to be the wealthy ones.
Yeah.
Do we get to choose?
I want to be the
But
guy.
it would stink to be a poor blown up.
The
Like,
last
to
one.
be rich blown up is actually almost more
If I'm gonna
tragic.
get blown up, I want to do it with some money in my wallet.
Yeah, but then
Make
you
it
got a lot
rain.
more to live for.
No,
Millions of reasons why.
millions of reasons.
I think
I
the
feel like
last
there's
one
a good
destroyed
question to
multiple
be
houses.
pulled from that.
The last
Like,
one?
Would
Is-
you rather be poor and
So
blown up?
yeah, here's
or
the
rich and blown
And
up.
rich. Yeah.
here's the question on the table for everyone: is financial wealth worth it?
100% it is.
Would define worth
To
it.
blow up.
Yeah, yeah. What do you mean?
Is it worth it?
Worth what?
It.
Let's get
I
philosophical.
think actually, whatever it might be in your mind, whatever comes to your mind when he says the word "it," that's the thing. What is it?
No.
Okay.
It's not worth it.
How about you, Dan? What
Not
is?
being poor.
Okay.
I mean,
No, I would say so you don't have to worry about tedious stuff, and you can just do things you enjoy,
yeah,
or
but
spend
is,
time on things you enjoy.
is that why we're here?
You can focus on things that maybe you're helping somebody else with instead of just trying to pay the
I'm
bills
not
all day
talking
long.
about being upper middle class. I'm saying being bonkers rich.
bonkers rich.
Is it worth it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people
Maybe.
aren't that happy when they're bonkers rich.
But I feel like we also all, and I'm guilty of it, but I feel like we all have that mindset. We're like, well, the more I make, the more I'm going to be able to do. But then the more you make, the more you kind of end up
More money, more
focusing
problems.
inside. More money, more problems. I think that's how it
It's a
goes.
remix.
Sorry.
Yeah, and I think that if you can like answer that question and it be like a reminder thing of like wealth doesn't equal happiness or something like that, like I don't know, that would refocus me a lot. Because like I don't know, I'm panic all the time about like is my job making enough money or because I'm self-employed and all that, or should I be doing this because of the money or the financial benefits, or is my family secure if I die, or all these things. And it's like I don't know, we get sidetracked a lot, and so like what's our purpose, what's our goal, kind of thing. I don't know.
I have found that the poorer I was, the more I was focused on others, the more money I've had, the more I'm focused on what I want to do with it. Which is a blessing that we like. I guess you don't have to worry about stuff like you were saying as much. But is that a blessing? I don't know.
Dude, that's why I love the person that I'm married to, is because she is not impressed with money at all. Like at all. Her dad's a millionaire. She's unimpressed.
She doesn't need to be impressed by money.
But that's like,
Just kidding.
so like, it goes back to like
Totally
cavemen
opposite
and stuff.
Luke's wife.
All the yeah, it goes back to cavemen and stuff for me. Like I literally, I'll show her like, this is how my business did today. Are you proud of me? Kind of like a caveman bringing back a jaguar and be like, look, eat, kind of thing. And then she's just like, okay. I'm like, no, like give me validation, give me worth. It's very frustrating. But when we lost 99% of our assets and everything, she didn't care at all. She was just like, who cares? Like, even when we were poor, she's like, what can we give? How can we give? What can we be doing and stuff? And so like, when we were affluent, we didn't live as though we were affluent, and we were still giving almost as much as we were getting, kind of thing. And then when we were poor, she was still like, we have to be uncomfortable giving and stuff like that, which is not my general inclination, but I'm pumped having that be where our family is, kind of thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think I've been
Anything
the same
else?
happiness being with my lowest paying jobs compared to my highest ones. And now I'm in between.
Yeah, I don't think it's not has to do with happiness. I think, but I feel like I tend to like think like, oh, what do I want to do with this money if I've got more money, like for myself, I guess. Whereas if you kind of are like you're not thinking about, I don't know, it's a fine line, like you were saying, because if you're making so little money, then all you're thinking about is money, like you were saying. Like it's nice not to have to think about it. But then if you're making a lot of money, then you're kind of back in that same spot where I feel like thinking about it a lot or what you could do with it, like your
Yeah, you
toys
can
or
get like
whatever.
obsessive about it.
So there's a maybe that like middle class, like you were saying, is that fine line of kind of like not being consumed by it in either direction because you don't have enough or because you have too much. I don't know.
Life lies, or the zest of life lies in the tensions of everything.
He said zest.
Is that Gandhi?
It's Steve Man 316.
Nice.
Yeah, we were going over cessationalists versus continuationists in church the other day.
Dude, I like that conversation.
This is going to be riveting.
I like that conversation.
What was that? Do you know what that is, Ben?
Nope.
Oh.
And also, I didn't hear the first word you said.
Cessationalists?
I would like to hear if we're okay.
I know what it
talking
means,
about
but why
this.
don't you just tell them what it is?
Shoot.
Like, did the miracles and stuff cease with in biblical times in the authorization of the Bible?
Oh, right.
Or did they continue and you
I
still
gotcha.
see miracles and stuff now?
I have heard it said, and I tend to agree with this definition, that like a cessationist doesn't necessarily believe that miracles or gifts have stopped, but that it's no longer people empowered to do those gifts, if that makes sense. So like if you read, and the message I was listening to it a long time ago, Jeff, friend of the show, actually told me about it, and he was relating it back to Exodus with Moses, where like there's certain miracles where the Bible like says like Moses did this miracle, and then there's other parts where it says God did this through Moses. So like a cessationist would just say like that, yes, God can do things through people, but he doesn't have healers in place. He has healing through people, but he doesn't have like like that person's a healer. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I
But-
tend to agree with that.
But so that does make sense to me. But my question is like, then why was so much of the Bible spent talking about how to handle your spiritual gifts and stuff? If it was only for one generation of people, like why would he spend? We're going through Corinthians right now, and so like that's the part where he's talking about all the spiritual gifts and like speaking in tongues or prophesying or different things like that. Like he's getting so meticulous and in the weeds about this one little thing that seems really weird that they would include that in the Bible if it was specifically just for the people that he's talking about and no one past that. You know
But
what I
isn't
mean?
that kind of what those letters are for? They're very specific to that time period. Like, obviously it applies to us in some regard, but the letters were like very... Because then you could talk about like a lot of the stuff that they... And maybe, I don't know, that's a whole other conversation. Like, I don't know if it's Timothy or what, where it's like girls can't speak in church or whatever.
It's also First Corinthians.
Okay, Corinthians. So like all that sort of stuff.
It's actually
like,
the same chapter, which is kind of
yeah.
funny.
So it's like that was a cultural thing, I think, that he was addressing, which I don't know. That's a whole other discussion where like if you think that should happen.
That sounds like somebody who wants a woman pastor.
Dude, what do I look like to you?
I've heard it said.
And we're canceled again.
like my pastor's view on that is basically, why would Jesus give all those gifts and instructions for what we need to do, and then right after he dies, be like, all right, never mind, that was all for those people, and now you're on your own, kind of.
So basically what I just said.
But that's not
Yeah,
what a
but it's like
cessationist
opposite
is
of what he
saying.
said.
That's not a cessationist. In from the little knowledge I have of it is not saying that. They're just saying
Like Moses is the guy.
there was a time
You
in
have-
the Bible where attention was meant to be drawn to a man to then glorify God. I think, right? Like it was like Moses was a spiritual figurehead. Like people went to Moses. But I think now we've shifted to like there's no like, oh, people go to Billy Graham or go to name massive pastor. It's like now it's more of like a direct link. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but that was also before Pentecost. Like I think everything that
Explain.
Moses was doing was still
Yeah, when he's talking
honoring
about
God.
the
I
gifts
think-
of the Spirit, he's talking to the new church, the new covenant church, which
Right.
is the same thing that we're living to. So the people would still have the direct conduit to God, but they're still designated
Yeah, that's a good
healers.
point.
And but that I hadn't heard that perception or perspective of it, that there are definitely still miracles, but it's
Yeah.
God doing the miracle, not, okay,
Like
Stephen,
Elijah calling-
M.A.
yeah, or whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah. But we also have people that regularly speak in tongues and then regularly have someone interpret it, or regularly practice healing and people are getting healed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that's one that like common sense would say you should be a cessationist because it doesn't
I've
make
seen-
sense.
Yeah, I've seen
in
like
our
probably 5 or 6 healings just from people praying over people. Like one person was completely blind, and someone prayed for him, and then he could see again in Mexico.
Again, I think
Really?
Yeah.
that stuff absolutely happens. I believe it. I don't know if it was like the person praying, like Benny Hinn. I don't, you know who that is?
Yeah,
Dude, I went to his
Don't
church once
talk
in
about
Florida.
that.
Really?
Yeah, dude. It was right down the street from
Did
my
you get
aunt's
knocked
place.
over, dude?
No.
Did you go?
Is that the
I
dude-
stood up on the balcony.
The guy that like hits people.
It
with
was a
jackets.
party,
Yes.
dude. They were partying in there.
Why did you go there? That's
It was
awesome.
literally the closest church to my Aunt Cindy's house.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That kind
it
of
was, like,
thing just
right down the
seems
street.
fake to me.
It was.
Yeah,
was
I mean-
wild, dude.
But I'm sure I do feel like probably some people get healed because they are truly believing. But for him, I feel like he's just
Yeah, I don't
trying
know.
to make a show.
That was a pretty wild party.
But going back to what you were saying again, Luke,
Not really a huge fan.
I personally never have read in the
Pardon.
Bible that Moses or Elijah are like they are powerful, but I've always thought of it as they're powerful because God's just working through them the whole time.
Yes, and I think you're, again, I'm no expert on it. I think you're right, but I think if you go through Exodus in the plagues,
Covered in ash.
if you like read it from what I remember listening to this message, it was like there's specific instances. Dang it. The sparkling water made me burp.
Hopefully the wind's not blowing my direction this time.
Specific thing where it's like Moses
Stop
did
looking
this.
at me.
Sorry. That
And then-
last yawn was a real yawn.
And then the next plague is like God did this through Moses. Like it's very specific in its wording. Where does that make sense at all?
It does, but I feel like that's the same as now. It's just him working through us. Like if God tells us to go pray for somebody, like for example, let me give you. One time I was doing in California when I was visiting there. My friends were going to the church for an event, and so I was just doing my quiet time and prayed and asked God, like, told him to just use me, if possible. I was like, I just want to surrender and give myself to you, and use me how you will. So finish that up. Then I started walking down the street to go to our worship event, and there's this girl just bawling, sitting there on the side of the sidewalk. I was like, oh, goodness. I was like, walk right around and keep going. And I pass her, and I'm halfway down the block, and I was like, oh, crap. That's probably like what I just asked God to give me. So I turned around, prayed with her, and she had, I started talking to her, and I guess her uncle had just gotten executed or something in prison, and just going through this crazy time and really needed somebody to talk to, and we prayed, and she was just weeping. She's like, oh, my gosh, that's just absolutely insane. So I feel like God just uses people if we're open to him, and just
Yeah.
follow him, and he'll do the work. We
No.
just have to be the vessel.
I agree with all that. I just like it would be from what I remember reading about it, and I'm glad we're talking about this because it's gonna make me go back and kind of like read through those passages and kind of dissect it again. But it would be like if someone wrote a story about what me and you had done on a mission trip, And the way it was being described and the Bible kind of describes is like anybody on a mission trip today with me and you, if we prayed over someone and they were healed, would say God healed them through the prayers of Luke and Dan. But like if someone had wrote Luke and Dan healed this woman, then it's like a drastic change.
And nothing in the Old Testament specifically is like accidentally worded.
Correct. So it's
there's like
it's
if there's a difference in how they're saying
Yes.
Moses healed them or God healed them through Moses, it is very intentional.
very intentional. So
'Cause
like,
the depth and breadth of the Old Testament, as far as like a just literary sense,
Mhm.
is like so much deeper than I've ever considered or anything. And so like all the way that it's written and stuff it's just fascinating.
yeah.
So that's a good point. I'll have to look into that as well.
Yeah, it makes me want to go back through that.
Okay, wait, do we have any lighter topics?
Dude, I can't stop burping.
I told you that was going to happen. When you brought that question up, we're just going to be sitting here like, what?
Ben put his
Talking
microphone down at one point. My gosh.
Oh, dude,
had
I
it
was literally dozing off.
Oh, I thought it was like there's something in the air that's just making us get really like transcendental and like,
It's the smoke.
why is the sky blue?
You could call it smoke.
It was funny earlier. There was no clouds in the sky, and so I told my daughter, like, "Look, there's no clouds in the sky." She's like, yeah, there is. They're blue clouds. No, that's just the sky.
You guys are making fun of my
Nope.
daughter.
They're blue clouds.
Yeah, dude.
Never thought about not thinking about it just being nothing.
So for my 5-year-old, he started school today, and he was outgrowing his little bike, his first bike. We got the training wheels off, so he wanted another bike. So I took my daughter's old bike that we couldn't get rid of, and just like spray painted it all black, and just like kind of gave it a tune up for him. And he came out and he looked at it, he said, "Dad, you're the greatest." Well, you're not the greatest, but you're pretty good.
Dude, your son is a
What?
savage. The stuff you post on Facebook that he says, he is a savage.
He's they're all. This is my favorite time is like the 5-year-old because they're like
So honest.
just the most savage.
yeah.
And like my daughter was 5, and we were sitting around the table, and I posted this video on Facebook too. They gave me such good content to post, but I was like, "Do you love mommy more or daddy more?" She said, "Mommy." I was like, "You
I didn't even think.
Without-
you don't mean that." She's like, "Yeah, I do." I was like, "Why? Why would you say that?" She's like, "'Cause she's just so beautiful all the time." I was like, I feel about as low as I can.
That's amazing.
It's definitely going to be me with my kids.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. Kids are fun when they're not fun. You know,
Yeah. Telling me.
I know.
4 months, dude.
you guys just wait. You just wait. Don't even have a 3-year-old among the 3 of you. I would have bet money that she was about to turn 4. Are you sure she's only 2?
She turns 3 this week.
She's about to enter her 4th year of life.
Yeah. Well, it's only like
Dang it! I've been
It's
away
only
from the buttons too
1,200
long.
days. Ish.
No, that's the perfect one.
No, I was looking
He's
for,
looking for the
wah, wah,
trombone.
wah.
Nice. I guess those two are kind of interchangeable.
Yeah, a little bit. What's our time, Luke? You gotta fix your chair, bro.
Dude, I can't. It's just squeaky.
I can't
38 minutes.
Oh
boys.
my gosh!
see. You guys had to go
You
into
guys
theology.
Act like it's a chore.
Yeah, well, the theology stuff sometimes kind of is.
All right. Do you believe in God?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is it a chore then?
There's just my theology question.
That's a good one.
Can God flood the earth again?
No.
Fire. Not.
He won't.
can't
He
do it in
won't.
Water.
He
No, but
could.
Can he?
Yeah, he could.
He
but
cannot.
He won't.
How can he?
I guess he can't.
So then you're limiting a God.
No, he's changed his mind before.
He did it to himself.
Oh, interesting.
He what?
He's either all powerful or all good. Which is he?
You're saying, can he go back on his word?
Can he break a promise?
Yeah.
Then he's no longer good.
Well, that's not true because I don't know the passage. I wish I did. But isn't there that one thing where he was going to kill that one king?
He changed
He
his
was like
mind.
set on it and changed his mind.
Yeah, but he didn't
But that
say,
wasn't a promise.
"I promise I'm going to kill this king."
But his word is his word, right? I don't know. How much How much different does a promise make it from just him saying it? I don't know.
These are just like the fun. Like, could God make a mountain so big that even he couldn't lift it? Because he's either.
Duh, Steve.
Could he do it?
Duh. Wait, no. No, he could lift it, is what I'm saying.
So then he can't make a mountain big enough that he
Stop
can.
it.
Maybe he's just not.
You're saying he's not power enough to build that mountain?
Yeah.
Shut up. I don't know.
I bet he could. He's so powerful he could do that.
But then he could.
Do you know what I was
Then
thinking?
he could decide to move
Let me
it.
tell you this story that I was thinking about while we're on the Bible topic. So, flood the earth. This is a great segue because I actually have this in my notes. Noah restarts all of human civilization. Presumably. There's a school of thought that thinks it was a localized flood, but for this purpose, we're going to go into the whole earth flooded and Noah's the only person, right? So,
yeah.
that means the Younger Dryas impact theory or whatever, where there's this massive civilization with flying cars or whatever that civilization would have been like.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So say Moses is in the Middle East at Mount Ararat. Is that right?
Sounds right.
It might be a
Sure.
different Mount Moriah or something. Anyway, he's there. Taking place at the exact same time in Europe is this super advanced civilization where they have batteries. They have these different, very advanced civilization, basically, right? God destroys the whole earth. Noah is the only one that survives, right? Noah has no knowledge of that.
Well, and his family.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Noah has no knowledge of that super advanced civilization because he's across the world from it.
Right.
So it very possibly could be that we had this giant advanced civilization, no record of it, no knowledge of it, no nothing of it. That just got lost to time forever.
But
Because we're left with only Noah's recollection of what happened before.
Recollection, dude.
Recollection. Dang it.
why?
Wouldn't that explain like a lot of crazy things like the pyramids and whatnot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, it's funny that you mentioned moving those rocks with vibrations a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Because I just was listening to another podcast on giants, and they were talking about moving. I want to say it was Stonehenge or Easter Island Head, one of the two, with trumpets, the vibrations of trumpets.
Which ties back into Joshua, or not Joshua. What's his name? Jericho? The one was Jericho?
Joshua.
Was it Joshua?
Mhm.
Yeah, it was Joshua in the conquest.
Josh and the Big Wall.
When they blew the trumpets and all the stuff fell down.
Mm.
Homie's using magic trumpets.
Sick, dude.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that's how it worked. But
I don't know.
I saw a bumper sticker a long time ago and I thought it was really cool. And said, and God said, and then it was like epsilon, theta, delta, like this crazy math equation. And then it said, and there was light. The fact that
That's cool.
we can use science to observe God's creation and how incredible it is, and that science only gives us further admiration for it and stuff.
Yeah.
And so if there's like,
And science is always right.
you just worship science. If
Yeah.
you don't believe
Just
science,
believe it.
then you're a heretic.
You better believe science.
Trust the science.
Trust it.
Believe in
completely.
worship science. Science is great. Science will heal you. Science will give you eternal life.
Gosh, dude, Dr. Fauci
I wanted,
is the worst.
I wanted to talk
Wow.
about. I wanted to talk about a little bit more about what you're saying about the advanced civilization, because there's at least a school of thought that God flooded the earth because of why? Why did God flood the earth?
Because people
The
were
sin.
not
Debauchery.
Specifically, like some people think like because of the
Nephilim.
Nephilim.
And
Yeah. And the Nephilim were
And the
like teaching
Watchers.
people like war and like tools and stuff. So it's quite possible that
Dude, I
that
got
leans
something.
into that thing.
I got something for that as well. So keep going.
No, that's it. I'm interested to hear what you got.
Yeah. So we have the Freemasons, right?
I don't have any.
The Freemasons are in society now.
Yes.
The Freemasons came from this other organization, which came from the Knights Templar.
Okay,
We're all there with that.
I'm with you.
Sure.
Okay. What was the Knights Templar? Do we know?
Didn't they like protect the king and stuff?
It's like
So they're-
fighting Muslims or something.
It's like the original gangsters of the Three Musketeers. The Musketeers.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
In the Middle Ages, people would make pilgrimages to from Europe to Jerusalem, the Holy Land. They needed protection. So
What year are we talking roughly?
the 0 to 1,000. What? I
Okay.
cannot silence my daggone thing.
I didn't even hear it.
All right, 0 to 1,000.
It's vibrating on me. Sorry. So
He's trying to move
they
you
need to
across
get
the chair.
the Rome
Good one.
establishes the Knights Templar to ferry these people from Europe to Jerusalem and back safely. So the Knights Templar is this league of knights that ferries people, keeps them safe in the Holy Land, and then when they also go on the Crusades and everything, it's the Knights Templar that goes there. And the thought is that they are the ones that like found the Ark of the Covenant and different weird things like that, I think. But anyway, so they dissolved in the year that they dissolved the other order. Okay, so one of the Knights Templar went to Jerusalem or I can't remember. See, started talking about this before.
Fell apart.
It
That
fell
story
apart.
Fell apart. Just
One of
like the Knights
Tem-
Templar.
One of the Knights Templar went to
Jerusalem.
one of the holy places, or
Mecca.
it might have been Ethiopia or something. But he came back and he started talking about how he got this like hidden knowledge from people. And so follow that, like 2 years later, the Knights Templar dissolved, and this secondary order formed, just happenstance, unrelated to the Knights Templar. But the people that were supposed to have founded it was still the same guy who still has this forbidden knowledge, this hidden knowledge, which ties back into the knowledge of the Watchers and everything. That organization formed into the Freemasons, which a lot of our presidents were Freemasons, and the people behind the scenes working and stuff are supposedly still the same people that still have this same hidden knowledge. And we talked a few weeks back about how Plato from Socrates, from Aristotle, or
To Vincini. Yeah.
to what? Da Vinci?
To Vincini.
Okay, yeah. Was they had all this like hidden knowledge that no one knew about or anything like that. And all these people that are talking about the hidden knowledge comes from the Nephilim, when the Watchers were here and they were giving humanity all this hidden knowledge and stuff. So they call it pharmakeia, which is like where we get pharmacy from, and all the medicines and the weird things like that we go into. And then you look at where we're at as a society now, where it's like everyone is like worshiping the pharmacies and the drugs and everything like that. So it's just kind of weird, like how there's this through line through all of history, even till now. Like, I don't know, it's just kind of bonkers.
That is kind of bonks.
I have heard the argument of the pharmakeia thing. People will say that's like it's like evil or whatever. Therefore, like pharmacies and drugs are evil. I always think that's a silly argument.
I agree, because they give us mathematics and physics and stuff like that, or astronomy and stuff like that, which I think they're just sciences.
Yeah.
But at the same time, any of those things, what if you go full bore in those
Sure.
things, you get
Scientology.
astrology, you get
Yeah.
the mathematicians who
Say
think.
Scientology.
Yeah.
I love it.
Tom Cruise.
Can we talk about Scientology one week? We
Yeah,
Can
I would need
ask
to know
a
more
question
about
the Nephilim? So, from my understanding, they are described as sons of God, right?
Yep.
Who went down and did things with earthly ladies.
No, the Nephilim are the offspring of that event.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. What is that? Are
Yeah,
we talking
what
about
is it?
angels?
We're talking about
that
fallen,
can
like
take-
some of Lucifer's crew.
but they can take human form and have
So that's what-
sex with
Maybe.
females. Ooh, do we just get
They
canceled
might not
for
be
saying
human
that word?
form.
So
Shoot.
the Nephilim.
Females?
Huh?
The word females?
No, the S
Yeah,
word.
you can't say
Oh, no, you can say that.
Can you say that on YouTube?
I'm pretty sure you
Say
can.
what?
sex.
Yeah.
SE.
I said that they-
I hear that word all the time on things.
How do you think people make money on YouTube?
What are you watching, bro? No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, like all the time. Like Tucker Carlson says all the time.
Anyway, to
He's
answer
on
your
X.
question,
Oh, shoot.
I don't understand how that's possible.
there's a lot of people that freak out about that. Is like
Well, also isn't that like where the giants came from too?
that's the
that's the
Nephilim.
offspring, yeah.
The Nephilim
Yeah.
are giants
But-
and heroes of old.
but-
But
Go
yeah,
ahead.
so do angels have genitalia, or did they
Right.
take human form and
Yeah.
then do it? We don't really know. Some people
So
think
weird.
that they could have possessed a human and then done it that way,
Mm.
but then that doesn't really change the bloodline, because you really need a blood.
And what was the
stream
point of
and
that?
stuff.
They just found them ladies good looking.
That's what it
So
says.
it's-
Literally what it says.
I know it's like they. Just,
But it goes
they
back-
found- yeah,
So
but
the thought and
they are
that's-
susceptible to lust.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
they're
dude.
susceptible to a lot of temptations and stuff. And humanity is given the gift of procreation, and we don't see anywhere the angels have that. And so
Jealous.
they got seriously. That's why the angels fell. Is because they were jealous of humanity and they rebelled because of that.
Told you.
And
You're
so
saying we can't do that in heaven?
I don't know. They say we don't need to.
You could try, and then you won't be there anymore.
Oh my gosh. I'll just
So
say we
can't-
started out as one human. So
You could try, and you won't be there anymore. He's a genius.
I don't even think I heard what you said.
I said what you said.
he's just quoting you.
I'm quoting
No, I
you
know,
back.
but before that,
I don't know what you just said. I'm saying what you said.
I meant what you said.
Oh my god.
Dude, I'm just telling you right now, you cannot, nobody could write for Dan. You couldn't write for Dan.
Oh my gosh.
But isn't it also weird that because
Here
angels
we go.
angels can look like humans, right?
Yeah.
Because there's parts in the Bible, but also demons look creepy sometimes too. So they got to be able to shapeshift. I would assume.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think so.
You're saying, but can you? Well, actually, I don't know. Can they touch you? You know, like if a demon takes on the form of a serpent, can it bite you?
Why'd you point at me when you said serpent?
Sorry, dude. I was pointing into the grass.
Oh, yeah.
Our lovely set here.
Yeah. Did not Jacob wrestle an angel of the Lord?
Or did he wrestle God?
I thought you wrestled with God.
It's one of those weird things where it's like one and the same kind of deal. Like the angel of the Lord is also God.
Well, the
or-
angel of the Lord is Jesus.
Yeah. What?
I just keep thinking about what Dan said. It's genius.
Did not the
What?
angels roll?
What do you say?
Did the angels roll the stone away?
Maybe.
Or did they alter the physics for
I
it to be
guess.
rolled away?
Jesus just walked straight out,
Maybe
but the
they
stone
would-
was rolled away. So
Maybe some dude was just walking by blowing a trumpet.
I feel like Ben's not here with us.
Jericho, bro.
Something is in the air again.
A darker one when they came to I can't remember who it was when they like knocked on the house and asked for
Yes.
the guy's wife.
It was Lot
In
Lot's
Sodom and
wife.
Gomorrah.
in
Sodom,
Sodom and
yeah.
Gomorrah. Yeah.
Were those the angels that were asking? Or
No, they-
demons.
Wait, what?
No, those were
Like send out your
people.
No, the
asking
people were
to
asking for
rape-
the angels.
Oh, now we definitely got canceled.
Dude, that's
Was that-
crazy.
was
I
that
never
how it
thought
was?
about that. But that's an inverse of the Nephilim story.
I think
people
that's
were
what he's
asking
trying
for
to
the
say.
angels to send out so that they could have their way with them.
Yeah.
Right.
But the sons of man were trying to get with the
So weird.
And then
Possible-
and then Lot, is that why he was like, no, take my daughter or my wife or whatever,
Yeah.
so that there wouldn't be that hybrid
Right.
again.
right.
I think he was also saying that it's like how holy the situation is.
He was giving them his virgin
that
daughters.
Even giving up his daughters was less important than preserving these dudes, which is also crazy. I'm guessing these dudes could just maul them boys down with swords. or whatever.
100%.
But I don't know. That's a whole other thing. Luckily, nothing happened there. I don't think. You never know.
Are there female angels?
I hope so. I don't know.
Stuart, I heard that. And I was like, there's somebody in the woods. I can't even see you in the dark over there. It freaked me out.
We need him to have a microphone.
He really, yeah, I know. I want to get his input on
he
this.
would have a lot to say about this.
Do you think that
You have
there
a
are
lot to say
girl
about
angels?
this?
Yeah. Probably. Well, I don't know.
He said not female angels.
What do you think?
About
I think we would have heard of
Are there
one.
female angels?
I'm
trying
not
to
sure
think of
that
an
we
example.
assign gender that much to him. I'm like looking more to the future on that.
I think that we would have heard of one, but like in the Bible, the angel blank.
Kayla.
Yeah, but you're talking
yeah,
about
sure.
all,
Yeah,
all
let's
the
just say
people
Kayla.
were like the warrior angels and stuff, or the messenger angels.
Messenger could have been a female job.
I'm sure they had. I'm sure there was some like cleanup that needed to be done in the kitchens and stuff.
Right, exactly. So the reason I asked
×4.
is because
Stacking them up.
Yeah.
So-
We're getting all of our cancelable moments out on one episode.
Twitter, give us a good deal.
Yeah.
Our second ever
Become
video.
exclusive.
Steven hates it when he can't talk constantly. So like you look over at him and he's like,
It's the first time we've been able to talk.
yeah, he's actually, let's get it out now before. Don't give him a second. No lulls. Else we're on to some other crazy thing that nobody knows the answer to.
Steve.
Go ahead, Steve. What next?
can I finish? Can I finish?
You guys do have to take this thing from me.
I
So
was
the-
going to say.
Such a good line.
We're at
Luke,
55 minutes.
your
boys.
chair is driving me crazy. Bring your own chair next time.
No.
If you look at all of the pantheons of
That's a made-up word, dude.
gods,
Pantheon, dude.
It's just
Even tell him what it
one
means.
of the fancy.
if you look at, I'm trying to get through this conversation. And
That's ridiculous. Steven, light him up.
Yeah, dude. I'm with Steve on this one. You need to get a new chair.
Actually, I think it's my cord.
Oh.
Wow, dude, you guys been blaming me this
are
whole
you
time.
serious? Get it off and see if it changes. Dude, Luke, I apologize, bro. That is so funny. This whole
Ben, light him up.
Every time I was looking at it, you're not moving that much, but it had to be coming from your chair because he's not moving at all. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so you look at the Greek gods and goddesses. There are goddesses. You look at the
Yeah, but they also
Norse
worship like sex. Didn't
god
they?
and the
Dang,
goddesses.
canceled.
Yeah, dude. I think
The Egyptian gods and goddesses and stuff. There's always gods and goddesses, right?
Which
and
we-
where do
by the
the
way, we do in this culture too.
True.
where do the Greek gods come from?
legend? Pantheons.
All right.
I don't
I'm
actually
gonna get the.
I
They're the fallen angels.
Oh, you
That's
think
the
so?
that's what it is. So like because you have the Nephilim, which are the heroes of old, which go back to like Hercules or Achilles or
Do you think those are real dudes?
yeah, 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Gilgamesh is the big one. He's like the ancient of ancient, the first epic ever written and stuff. So anyway, so you have these half gods, which are Hercules, Achilles, and
Zeus.
Pericles, and all the different ones.
Zeus.
Zeus is a whole god.
Who's the underwater guy?
Poseidon.
Poseidon.
Yeah, there you go.
So anyway,
Perseus.
these are those fallen angels that God described and gave each one a city, and that's why Athens has Athena as its patron angel. They were supposed to use the angel to direct to God, but the angel started getting worshipped, and so Athena became their goddess. Zeus was supposed to divert people back to God. He was in charge of whatever town he was in charge of, and then he started getting worshipped, and then he became their god. So
Do you
all
think
these
they
fallen angels
accepted the worship?
Yes, I think that's
Oh,
what
100%.
it all
Yeah.
tied in together and
They
everything.
had to be.
And so because of that, that's why I'm saying, are there female angels? Because there are female goddesses all over the world, and you even have like Lilith in the. I don't know if that's biblical or.
I think that's extra
Dude,
biblical.
this
Okay.
is very. I've never heard this before. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that? Or is it
I made it up. No, I'm just kidding. It's a.
I
Lilith.
actually just heard that
I would
also.
love
Lilith is
to.
in one of the Dead Sea Scrolls, right? Or no?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Stuart, do you know? Okay.
You think it just applies to like the Greek gods, or are you talking like
So that's the
Roman
thing.
gods,
Vikings
too.
have their own gods and all that sort of
They
stuff?
But they're all
all
the same people.
tie in together to
Okay.
each other. And
Very
and that's what that's like the point of like when Moses is doing the plagues and stuff in Israel, and he turns the river red, and then Pharaoh's magicians are able to also turn the river red.
Yeah.
Pharaoh's not an idiot. They didn't just use food coloring. They're actually having some kind of a power there. That's the thought. I'm not going to be dogmatic on
the
that.
magicians turned the staffs into snakes, just like Moses.
Exactly. They weren't as powerful as Moses' snakes, but they are also doing all these things. So they're empowered by something. So the Egyptian gods and goddesses are not just people being superstitious praying to something. People aren't idiots. Like, they're not going to sacrifice your kid to Baal just because I'm on a whim and I hope this gives us crops. Like, there's actually supernatural weird things that are happening with Baal specifically to promulgate that, to make me want to do that. Like, who's going to just murder your child for, okay, well, I'm not, that's getting political, but there's reason and stuff to do all these things, because all these false gods are false gods because they're not
I'm so interested
capital
in this
G
now.
guy. God.
So interested in this.
Isn't
now.
it fascinating?
I gotta find
We'll talk about it next week.
This. Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, you're right. We'll talk about it more next week. Tune in.
Tune in. Are we at an hour yet?
We are.
Okay. Good.
We are at 1 hour and 56 seconds, boys.
I do like the
Dang.
whole Greek gods and Roman gods and all that.
Dude,
I
Age
said
of
we
Mythology,
talk
bro.
about it next week.
Dude, I'm telling you, buy the game.
When does it come
Any of you
out?
on Saudis out there, if you want to play Age of Empires or Age of Mythology, just download it.
Email
leave a
us
comment
at-
your username, and we'll play
Just
online.
check the show notes. We'll post
Yeah.
it in the show notes.
So seriously,
Personally, check all of
like,
our
subscribe,
social
share
medias.
the pod. If you have any questions, any thoughts, any comments, comment on any of those platforms, or email us at unsoughtopinions@gmail.com.
Yep.
Did we have
or
no-
also check out our YouTube channel, because I believe
Yeah.
we should be having video very
Yeah,
soon.
boys.
Maybe
We've
even
had video this
episode.
whole time.
And
we
we've
just
been-
have been
Well,
deleting
we'll
them.
be publishing them. So.
And the videos look amazing. People, tune in. Do we have no sponsors or comments this week? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nah,
No, we don't have
actually,
any.
I didn't see any before we started.
I think typically what happens is the comments come in while we're doing the show because so many people tune in live.
That's
We just
true.
can't keep up with it. So good
Yeah,
next
man.
time.
All right. Well, this is good.
Boys sitting around a campfire.
I mean, are we just doing this for a while? It's like, what's going on?
Well, I'm waiting for him to fade out.
Next
Good night
time.
to all and to all.
I thut you were going to
Goodbye.
talk us out.
Oh, I should have.
Yeah, I was waiting
I'm
for that
sorry.
too.